I got sprayed. Hit the highway. Gotta do it the flyway. But there's got to be a better way.
I picked up Grand Theft Auto 4 on sale the other day, and the music is phenomenal, by the way. I'll stop before I get to a mission. I'm like, I'm going to let this Kanye West song finish. She don't believe in shooting style.
All right, well, we're live.
I'm not prepared.
Iron Palace Podcast. Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the Iron Palace Podcast, the world's most anabolic podcast, and use it at your own risk. Because we're so dadgum lovable, you won't be able to put it down.
But we're terrible for your kidneys.
That's not proven. It's not a proven fact yet.
People at the FDA want you to believe it.
That's a vicious rumor.
Yeah, don't listen to what you read in the news and just stuff.
Bunch of liberal BS, if you ask me.
That's what I'm saying.
Just listen to what we say.
Yeah. Do as we say, not as they say for you to do.
Yeah.
So anyways, this week we have a guest that's not new, but I mean hasn't been here in a while, I guess, because he didn't know what we do here. So, so without further ado, to go into the introduction, I know what you're thinking, and yes, he is the firefighter in the front of your mom's romantic novel. Part of the strongest family this side of the Appalachian Mountains, he puts out fires in your neighborhood and in your auntie's sheets. One of the first guests in this podcast and the only man I know to wear a lifting belt as an accessory. This is Nathan, the Appalachian Oak.
That's right. Did you have that saved?
What do you mean?
That whole
I wrote that while you
intro.
were sitting here.
wow.
That's why I messed it up.
Caleb's getting good at the intro.
I almost messed it up there at the beginning because I was not prepared.
Independent fact check, though, the fires don't happen in the sheets. They happen in the health department the next morning. You know?
Yeah.
Something else entirely in the sheets.
I mean, you get around enough sheets, you're going to catch something.
The good news is you can't catch most of it twice.
No.
Allegedly.
Yeah. After the first time, you're playing with house money. Just ask Magical Johnson.
Any Hoosier Whatser. So, I mean, I almost feel like we do a disservice without bringing up some topics about Nathan because I guess it has been a while. And last time they didn't know you were you because you were wearing a Viking helmet and we were all snowed in.
Yeah.
So,
It's undercover.
oh, is that what we're calling it? But yeah, so you liked your intro because I wrote that really fast because we had one guest lined up for today and then he wasn't able to make it. So then I had to type this up again really fast and then not practice it and then forgot what I was doing for a quick second there.
Our planned guest is fighting indigestion, so thoughts and prayers.
Yeah.
We will find a cure with your help.
Yep. Tums just isn't enough sometimes.
And they taste terrible.
So anyways,
I like Tums.
I'm burnt out on Tums. I used to have real bad acid reflux. I eat Tums all the time. I just can't stand the chalkiness of Tums anymore.
Have you tried those creatine tablets?
I have not.
They taste just like Tums. Were they animal?
I've heard about them. I
Oh.
assumed they would.
I
but
got
was
to
like,
watch myself on those.
the last time I tried Animal Pack, I thought I was going to die. So like the big vitamin packs.
Yeah.
And I took all of them at one time and I really thought I was going to die.
Are you not supposed to take all of them at once?
I don't know. I'm
don't-
not sure.
Overdose?
I know I got really sick for about 3 days after that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like keto flu.
Yeah.
Maybe you're supposed to get sick. I don't know, but I didn't like it. So gave them away. So anyways, I know we brought it up once before. Jake Paul is now fighting Mike Perry this month.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't know a lot about Mike Perry until I watched their back and forth, which was hilarious. I sent it to you guys. Did y'all watch it?
I have not watched it yet.
Do yourself a favor and watch it. It is probably the funniest back and forth I've ever seen in my life because it makes zero sense.
Oh, Mike Perry's insane.
Someone said that's why Jake could be in trouble because Mike Perry's crazy.
Yeah, well, he left the UFC where he was a solid UFC fighter.
Yep.
And he went to UFC. He left that to go to the bare knuckle boxing thing, and has just taken off.
Yep.
And all these people were talking about like that's where he belongs in
Oh no, I agree.
bare knuckle.
Oh yeah. But at one point during the back and forth, he starts mashing his nose to prove that it doesn't hurt because he has no nose cartilage, so it literally just flat.
Yeah,
It's weird. And then one of my favorite lines is he said, "You're going to be married to these knucks." He said, "I'm gonna get punched in the face and keep coming at you." Then Jake said, "I want to be married to those. I want to make love to those things." He said, "I'll give you a reach around." And Mike Perry goes, "I like that." Oh my God, I was losing it.
Oh man,
it was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
that's so weird.
Which I think he's letting his game plan go, which I think it's the game plan we all knew he was going to have, which is because he said the first thing he told Jake is, "I love getting punched in the face." That's it. He said, "I'll be fine. I'll eat everything you've got thrown at me." It was exactly what he said.
Yeah,
everything.
I mean, that's what he said.
Do you mean anything? I'll end you.
Anything.
I'm not sure if Mike Perry's been knocked out though. I mean, he's been submitted a few times.
Just going off the highlights and different things I've seen, he's been wobbled, but I've not seen him actually knocked out.
Yeah.
So they don't hit as hard when you're bare knuckle boxing.
That's where I get confused. So I know they don't throw as many punches because, I mean, you've got nothing protecting your wrist and hand. So you can't throw as many punches because you're going to break your hands.
Boxing gloves is not to protect the other person's face. It's just to protect, and you can punch a lot harder.
Yes.
Yep.
It's to keep from breaking your hands. Yeah.
So on their fight, are they going to wear gloves? Or they?
No, they're boxing.
Yeah, they're boxing.
It's straight up boxing rules. I know Jake has said that he is entertaining the idea of maybe doing a bare knuckle fight with Mike Perry after. We'll see. I could see that going either way.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Nate Diaz MMA thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I was not as excited for this fight because, I mean, it was supposed to be Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Which apparently also is now rescheduled for November.
Oh, sweet.
Thanksgiving.
Yep. So.
Oh man.
I don't know. But I was not as excited for this Mike Perry fight until now. Now I'm like, this could be something.
What perked my ears up the most was when he was talking about the spar. He was talking about the spar, and then Jake Paul still says he won, and Mike Perry was like, he said at first he won, but then later on he come out and was like, I was just trying to gas him up. I beat him. So apparently he's like, I ate a couple shots in the first 2 or 3 rounds, but then we were supposed to go 8, and they tell him in round 5, after round 5, the 6th round's it.
Yep.
He said, so then I start laying him out, and I'd daze him a couple times. He'd always wondered why he was going for an 8-round fight. Why wouldn't you spar 8 rounds? So I don't think he's got the gas tank. Yeah. He's like, so that match he says he won in the spar, he didn't win it. Yeah. They stopped it early.
The argument to that I'll make is that was early Jake. As much as I'm not a huge fan of Jake, I can at least admit he has put in work to be a good boxer. Yeah. So, but he's also put on some weight. Dude's gotten beefy.
Does he still have the same coaches and stuff though? Is my thing, because like
he's gotten different.
If they let you train like that before,
he's got different coaches now. So yeah, he does have a different coaching staff than he did then. Does that mean much? We'll see.
Well, Jake gained weight
for the Tyson fight. Yeah,
for the Tyson fight. Mike Perry's walking around at that weight.
Yeah, that
makes a big difference.
That's why I think. I don't know. So Mike Perry's big on like he can take hits.
Well, he's like Justin Gaethje.
Yeah,
that's what he wants to stand. He wants to fight in a phone booth.
Yeah,
he wants to just stand right there and trade shots,
which could work.
He's the Don Fry.
But I watched the same video I sent y'all. That guy, I watch a lot of his stuff because I think he does really good insights on fights, and he made a good point. The dude stays squared up. He has no head movement.
Yeah.
His head and face stay down the center. So like one of the bare knuckle fights that he almost lost was because the dude just jabbed him down
straight in the face
because he's never moving his head. There's no head movement, nothing. Like dude is just getting jabbed the whole time. But I think if he can do what he says and just stay in Jake's business, I think he's got a shot. Because, dude's got dynamite in his hands.
But Jake's knocked some people out. Yeah. And
that's also it. Jake also has dynamite. So
the guy's a power puncher.
I'm actually pretty excited for this fight now. I was not because of what it was going to be, but now I'm like, yeah. Which I did also watch a video. I thought it was going to be a lame Logan, like Paul brothers video, but they did a lie detector test on each of them where they asked each other questions. Did you see it? So they hooked up Logan Paul first, and Jake got to ask him questions. And one of them was, do you think I'm going to beat Mike Tyson? Logan goes, yeah, boom. Whole screen turns red. He goes, bro. Logan said, it's Mike Tyson, man. And then they swapped. And Jake I had the lie detector test. And so Logan said, do you think you're going to beat Jake Paul? And he goes, yes, boom, red. And he goes, it's Mike Tyson. He said, do I think I'm going to win? Sure. Am I 100% sure? I mean,
I saw part of that when he asked him if he was afraid to fight or scared or nervous about fighting him. And he was like, no. And it popped up and he was like, well, come on. It's Mike Tyson.
Yeah, it's Mike. I mean, honestly, I think the argument should be made that you should always be afraid of who you're fighting because weirder things have happened.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you can't go in there and underestimate anybody that you're fighting.
Agreed.
But
I just can't hear about the Paul brothers without thinking about the weird stuff they used to do.
That's also true.
Like the weirdest one for me was when I think it was which one's Jake is the younger one, Logan's the older one, right? It was Jake's girlfriend. They weren't 18 yet. They blindfolded his girlfriend and was like, "Tell us who's kissing you," and their dad kissed her.
Yep, I remember.
Yeah, pretty aggressively too. Like they've done some weird,
weird.
Yeah, yeah. That was also to go back to their past stuff. Like part of their back and forth with Mike Perry and him was like they were trying to out degenerate each other. Is like the guy in the video. That's what he called it, and I was like, I don't know how else to put that because it makes sense. Where they're going like, dude's like, man, I may have went to a school where they tried to enforce uniforms, but it wasn't a private school. It was a public school. I was in the hood. And then Jake's like,
retweet.
he said, you had all the money. Everything was handed to you. I never had that. I've worked for everything I've had. Then Jake's like, no, I didn't I didn't even finish school, bro. Like, he said, my dad owned his own company, but he didn't even make no money because he sucked. Oh, God. I was like, what are we doing?
That reminds me so much of Chael Sonnen. He was going on.
Dude, he's the best.
He's popping off right now.
Chael was him and Vanderlei Silva were hard at, about to fight. And he was wanting that Silva was wanting him to fight in Brazil, and everybody was like, listen, Chael, you can't go to Brazil, they'll kill you there. Like,
oh yeah, I remember that.
But Chael was going on about how rough his childhood was, and how like sure, we had a maid, but she only came twice a week. And
he's got a point. I mean that sucks.
And he was like, and my first car was I can't remember. It was like my first car was a Mercedes, such and such.
It was the cheap one.
But I had to share. But I had to share it with my brother. It
was an E-Class.
And it was automatic.
But
you seen the Beckham documentary where his wife was like, I think we get along because we're both very working class and blah blah blah. And Beckham leans in and goes, "What did your dad drive you to school in?" She went, "Not right now." He goes, "What did he drive you to school in?" She goes, "A Rolls Royce." Went, "Thank you," and left the room.
Totally
not about to let her lie on his documentary.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm getting pretty excited about this fight. I really wasn't.
Yeah.
Because I was like, man, I was really looking forward to Mike Tyson.
Yeah, and you're like, Mike Tyson to this nobody.
Yeah, and now it's
Mike Perry's. Yeah.
I mean, he's pretty dope.
Yeah, he's a fun guy to watch fight. He's an easy guy to hate too. Like he.
Yeah. Dude, like, at one point he even said, he said, I don't have any money because I'm an idiot, and I was like, what in the what? How are you insulting each other? I mean, somehow I'm drawn in. It's working, but.
Like he's bragging about being an idiot.
Yeah.
That was one of his points because Jake said something about being smart. He's like, "Look, you don't take smarts to box."
That's what he said. He said something about strategy or something. He was like, "Good thing I don't need that." I mean, I guess he's got a point.
Yeah.
If you just face tank the whole time and it works, I guess cool.
If you're that much better than him, then yeah.
I mean, what does Tyson say?
Yeah, everybody has a plan until they get hit in the
That's
face.
what
He even mentions that. He says, "Yeah, everybody says Tyson says that, but I love getting hit in the face."
But also,
Yeah.
That's my plan.
I mean, but also, Tyson had, what was his name? DiMaggio?
Customato.
Yeah, Customato. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Customato.
All right, so to move on to our next topic is our one and only. What's the woman of? What do we decide the women of the Iron Palace are called?
Dame.
Yeah, what did I say the first time? Dane.
Yeah.
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 Like from Denmark, the Danes.
Yeah, like a Dane. Yeah.
Man,
They're
the amount of
Danish.
time I don't know.
I thought about early 2000s crappy comedians personally.
Oh, yeah. Dane Cook.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Anyway, so our own Dame of the Iron Palace, Alex, has officially issued a challenge to Juji Mufu for August 17th at the Kentucky Open for the Van Dam lift.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. She chose that on her own. No one said, "Hey, you're flexible. You should do that." She just said, "I'm doing the Van Dam lift," and that's it. Period. And then in practice, what does she weigh in at? 52 kilos.
Yeah.
Now she weighed in at our last competition at 52 kilos, and I watched her do the Van Dam lift with 60 pounds yesterday. So
half her body weight.
half her body weight. I was like, all right. And she did get 70, but I think where she's still practicing, I think she's going to get 70 for sure. It's just she's still got some time to practice, so I think she'll get it. But so yeah, be on the lookout for more call out videos, and we'll probably have her back on to keep pushing the challenge.
Yeah, because Juji needs to step up and accept that challenge.
Yeah, Juji. So what? You did 180 pounds. You don't weigh 52 kilos.
Yeah.
Anywho's or what's the big news that I spent way too long researching into today is the Strongest Man on Earth competition. Please tell me you've seen that. This is Brian Shaw's brand. The Shaw Classic is putting on. This is his third year in a row doing the Strongest Man on Earth. And the athletes are insane.
Who's he got?
Well, Thor.
Of course.
Oh, awesome.
Thor's making his comeback because he's already said he's trying to come back at 200 kilos. Is where he's planning on weighing in at. I was like, my Lord.
So slim down.
Yeah. He's already pulling 465 kilos in practice raw deadlift.
Yeah.
He's already broke the weight for height record. I mean,
Well, he's half Thor Bjornsson.
Yeah,
I mean,
the dude's nuts. He went from boxing, in my opinion, borderline stage ready bodybuilding.
Yeah.
The dude was.
Yeah, he was cut.
Yeah.
And all that after the Prince of Dorne gouged his eyes out.
Exactly.
For real.
So Thor
Stabbed him with that poison lance.
Yeah.
still kicking, man.
Yeah.
And then him and the Hound out of the tower.
Yeah. So out of the tower and onto the deadlift platform.
Yeah.
Tale as old as time, they say.
Pull over 900.
Yep.
Is he going to get that 505?
I mean,
That they keep
I don't
preaching?
think so. I don't think he's going to get 505, and here's why. Before I get back to the athletes, is the first event of the competition, max raw deadlift.
Oh.
A raw? Oh, okay.
Raw deadlift. You can use straps,
That's what?
but I'm indifferent on that part.
That's like
but
like burning a turkey and saying.
But here's the
wrong.
thing. I think using straps helps you less than
the suit.
a deadlift suit.
Yep.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Which Terry Holland made a great point about the suit, as he said, I'm excited to see the raw deadlift because I feel like some people get more out of the suit than other people do.
Yeah.
Or some people may have a higher budget for their suit. They may have a better suit or it may fit them better. So this takes out all that. Now you've just got a straight who's picking the heaviest weight off the floor. And this is going to be in a true round system. So no like set weights. You call all three of your weights. The only change you get is on your third round, you can make one change. So that now you're not going to have a bunch of people at the same weight or like where you're going to have like a 16-way tie.
Yeah.
Like how, they're, okay, who's doing the rising bar stop? Nope. 3-round system, just like powerlifting. We all know that one pretty well.
As a layperson, though, when I hear raw deadlift, I assume just your hands.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, yeah.
I
and-
wouldn't call it. They
In
should call it
powerlifting, that would be true.
Yes.
Powerlifting would just be your hands, no suit, no knee wraps, anything like that.
They
But
should call that lightly cooked,
lightly
not
cooked.
raw. Yeah.
Fair
Flame
enough.
kissed.
Not quite charbroiled,
Yeah.
but a little less than. Medium rare.
But they're wanting to see thousands of pounds go up, and not everybody trains grip to the extent that
as a strap user, I'm not against straps by any means. It's just the nomenclature. Like I said, if somebody who doesn't know, like me, hear raw deadlift, I'd think, oh, they're not going to use anything. I'd see straps and go, what?
Yeah. So the why I'm okay with the straps is like that. Like you're saying, I like everybody else want to see some crazy weight pulled, but no one's going to do sumo deadlift, and you don't see like a raw deadlift get close to these 900 pounds and stuff. That's conventional.
Yeah.
Well, there was what's his name? Held the record is like 1,000 some pounds.
Yeah, Caleb. What's his name?
What are you talking about?
Something. His last is like Icelandic or he's Norwegian.
Oh.
He still holds I'm pretty sure he still holds the world's record for raw.
I can't think of his name.
You know what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
he always
Nathan, our
always
independent
lifts
fact
barefoot.
checker.
Always lifts barefoot.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so.
I can't think of his name. But I know you're talking about.
So it's possible.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But majority, like especially powerlifting. Look at all the power. Like what's his name? Jamal. Oh, what's his name?
That's hitting that. Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
The sumo lifter.
He's hitting stupid numbers, but
Yeah.
majority of it's sumo.
Yeah, his range of motion is like 8 inches.
So
Yeah.
another thing that does help sumo. Another thing that helps
I got
sumo,
to change cameras. There we go.
sumo lifters is a very flexible bar.
Yeah,
If they don't have a very flexible bar, it's harder than a conventional. Is what I
I agree.
hear.
I agree.
So just what they need to get is just an old timey stiff bar.
That's not going to happen.
Put it out there.
They should do it on an axle bar.
Which is also a good point. So I've seen some conflicting stuff on this. So whenever I watched the roundtable YouTube video with Brian Shaw and some other strongmen, it's Jerry Pritchett, Terry Holland, and why did I just forget his name? I just watched the video.
Mark Felix.
No,
Nick Best.
no. So whenever I watched Brian Shaw's video, we have a certain set of athletes and they really only talked about one event. But then I watched a follow-up video on another one that's got completely different athletes and some different events. So I'm kind of confused. I'm still trying to figure that out. So per Brian Shaw and per the Shaw Classic website, this is the current athlete list. It is Austin Andrade, Thor, Maxime Boudreau. I'll never say his name right. Wes Derwinski, Thomas Evans, Lucas Hatton, Tristain Hoth, Mitch Hooper, Pablo Cordiaca, Trey Mitchell, Alexei Novikov, Matthew Ragg, Evan Singleton, Aviaries, I can't say that name, Smock Stellis, Tom Stoltman, and Bobby Thompson.
It sounds like a World's Strongest Man lineup. Or Arnold.
That's what it
I mean,
It's insane.
That's an all-star lineup.
You've got Tom Stoltman, Alexei Novikov, Mitch Hooper, and Thor, all World's Strongest Man winners.
Yeah.
And I know who one of those dudes is.
So, and then you've got Evan Singleton, who is a real up and comer right now. He's looking. I follow him on Instagram, and dude's looking good right now. I think he just placed top 3 in World's Strongest Man.
So is Trey Mitchell.
Trey Mitchell's looking really good,
I mean,
especially coming off an injury. He's looking really good. Some of these guys I'm not too familiar with, but I'm pretty. Bobby Thompson looking fantastic.
Yeah.
So,
I just saw a video. Mitch Hooper, was doing the overhead. I think it's axle press, and knocked it out, no problem. 1 kilo under the world record. He just knocked it out in practice.
His size is surprising.
you're telling
When
me
I saw him, I was like,
he's
what?
not a giant.
No.
Yeah, that's what I said. So the first
And
Arnold,
he's not like super cut or even super huge.
no, like the first Arnold that I went to was whenever he won the Arnold that year, and like I'm watching him on stage, and like I'm watching from really far away, so I couldn't really tell like overall size. And then after it's over, like I just happened to turn around and he's walking out, and I was like, well, I got to get a picture with him. And he is not as big as I thought, but dude is stupid strong.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, with the exception of his legs, the dude's got
Just don't look down.
dude's got quads for days. But anyway, so some of the events I've seen, the max raw deadlift is the one I know for sure.
Yeah.
However, I've also seen talks about a max axle, which would be dope. I've seen a wrecking ball hold.
Yeah, I heard something about a wrecking ball hold that was going to be at it. I don't remember the source, though.
So also, speaking to go back to the Max Axel, I've also seen, or with a rumor about Iron BB being in this lineup, which would also be crazy because he is the current at Max Axel holder.
Anything overhead press with him,
it's done.
Yeah,
the dude's got shoulder everything I've watched from Iron BB. Like, he is stupid strong. However, he is a true and tried and true static lifter.
Oh yeah.
If you've got movement involved, might not do so great. However, for a max rod deadlift and a max axle, looking good. But Tom Stoltman, though, is on fire right now. So I've seen some other ones, but I'm not really sure. I also seen something about a possibility of a Max Stone.
Oh, yeah.
That's still...
Was that another name or is that an event?
That's
event.
That'd be a cool name.
Yeah, yeah.
That's going to be my new name. From now on, call me Max Stone.
Hey, when we were picking wrestling names, that could be your wrestling name.
Yeah.
Max Stone. No, I've already picked mine. Remember, I was incontinence.
So we're sticking with that?
Max Stone and the Palatial Pebbles.
Perfect. But yeah, so I'm pretty excited for that. Because, I mean, I've seen that it was coming up. I just didn't see any athletes or events in it.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen Brian Shaw teasing some events, but I never saw confirmed.
Brian Shaw confirmed tease.
I mean, yeah.
That's his grab.
Brian Shaw, you big tease.
Aw. But, yeah.
Brian Shaw is looking to, take over from the,
yeah. You already knew he was going to.
Well, he's going to have a Shaw Classic now.
Yeah,
that's what he's going to call it.
Everybody's going to go to that instead of the Arnold.
Yeah, I mean, I won't go to that.
It's free to go to.
Yeah.
I was just looking at it.
He won't go because he's going to be competing in the Arnold.
Nathan's a man of principle.
I'm classic, man.
What do you mean? Half these people that are competing there are also going to compete at the Arnold.
I know. I saw CT Fletcher up at the Arnold last time. He was judging the curling.
Oh, yeah.
Contest.
It's always good. A good old curling contest.
Yeah, I mean,
can't miss that.
He was even keeping his language down.
Oh, proud of him.
Yeah. Hey, you know, another organization has curls as part of their standard lifts.
True story.
The Olympics.
USAWA, man.
Oh yeah.
The Olympics. I mean, I guess probably
it's a different curling.
Yeah.
It's way cooler.
That's the kind of curling we need to get into, boys. Yeah. I'm built for that.
Dude. Give me that little brush.
Oh,
No, Dave,
I'm the stone guy.
I was about to say Dave is the stone guy. I don't even have to ask.
I've got these shark eyes, dude. Just stare at
me and you were the sweepers.
Oh, definitely.
I already know how this is going down.
My form, impeccable, dude. I'm a poet on the ice.
I know what our next short form content's going to be.
Yeah.
Us learning curling.
Yeah.
I don't think I can sweep fast enough, to be honest.
Are you kidding me? Look at me and Holland.
Some of those
master sweepers.
Some
dude.
of those guys book it out through there.
Me and Holland got it, dude.
Got it.
All David's got to worry about is how to get that foot as close to his forehead as he can.
Holland is so good. He was a backup chimney sweep in Mary Poppins. Like, he goes way back.
Yeah.
He'll sweep anything.
It's a true story. It was one of the fun facts we forgot about Holland on his episode that one time. But yeah.
Well, we got carried away with the right and left sock deal.
Sometimes he still accidentally slips into a Cockney accent.
Whoa, what?
Me likes what I like and me likes what I do.
He starts calling everybody bruv.
Oi.
Oi, bruv.
All right.
Jason Statham.
In it. You gotta say in it.
In it.
That's my favorite meme on Facebook. We'll write that out with the apostrophes, the B apostrophe OO.
Anytime they're having an argument with a British person,
Yeah.
they just put that on there.
Yeah.
That's their version of the what is it, the Southern thing? You say big bowl of bowling oil.
Yeah.
Yep.
So to get into our story today, hopefully I can read this right, because I definitely just typed their name like 100 times and realized.
Dude, you're the epitome of a reader.
Thanks. Yeah, and grammar. If no one's picked anything up from this podcast, it's that Caleb can benefit from an English book.
You don't post your notes, do you?
No.
Okay, then yeah, you're fine.
Oh, that's not the problem. It's that I pronounced them wrong.
Oh yeah, that can be.
And then me and Hall will have a side conversation about whether or not we're going to bring it up. He's trying to muscle through, and we're like, we'll let that one slide.
We're like, epitome?
Yeah. They may not bring it up then, but it'll be brought up in other episodes.
Habitually.
They save that for a rainy day.
Listen,
It rains every day in the Iron Palace.
I was about to say, not in.
We are
around.
We are detrimental to this podcast.
What a great detriment you've been on.
That episode's not out yet, and as far as I'm concerned, it will never see the light of day. So
that has to be out because we,
Yeah, now
we
it's
picked a
lore.
guest of the year.
Yeah, and we've talked about it again, so it's official.
Well, yeah,
canon.
but that one is our year anniversary episode, so it will come out on our year anniversary, which is not yet.
Well, spoilers, Nathan.
Oh,
You didn't
wow.
make the cut.
You didn't make the cut.
And I even told him, I was like, look, you know how much it's going to hurt his legacy if he's not a first ballot Hall of Famer? If he's got to wait till next run, they wouldn't have it.
I mean, it says first responder.
Yeah,
First, not second.
I was in your corner.
Hope your house don't catch on fire.
It'll be sitting at the station. Oh, I know that address.
Yeah, that's Blount County.
It's fine. It's a fake alarm. I've already talked to the owner.
Hope you don't have a fat relative you need help picking up later. Nah, forget it.
My back's hurting that day.
Yep. Nathan, we got a person lift.
Yep.
I'm not feeling it today, boys. I'm bowing out on this one.
You back the blue because the red's not showing up.
Yeah. My radio wasn't on.
What was the address? Turn that down. Okay. So to get into this, and hopefully I don't read their name wrong, or I don't read their name at all for the first bit, so you can try to guess. Did you cheat?
No, I can't read that far.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're colorblind.
Yeah. Is there words on that?
I'm colorblind. I can't read.
That's literally my excuse for everything.
That's what I would do.
Yeah.
You smell that? No, I'm colorblind.
I'm colorblind.
I say it all the time, but I don't read good.
Can you do the dishes? I'm
I'm
colorblind.
colorblind.
Why are you late? No, I'm colorblind.
I'm colorblind.
I'm doing the dishes and I'm just actually just washing
I'll sit
the
at a
sink.
green light forever.
They told me it's supposed to change. I swear it didn't.
I came to an intersection that had the lights hanging sideways, and I had no idea what to do.
Yeah, the bad part is if there's no other cars around, you really don't know when to go. You're just sitting there and like hoping somebody
question-
comes up.
Go by faith.
My question is, how did you make it 31 years before you found out you're colorblind?
So mine's a different type. Like I can tell the difference in like the colors, but I just thought it was the rainbow. And if there's any shade difference, I don't see it.
Wait, hold on. Back up. What?
Like, like there's supposed to be what's those, like that blue rock color, what do they call that?
Turquoise?
That doesn't,
Blue rock color?
Dude, he's so straight.
that's just
He
green.
can't even say the word turquoise.
Sorry, I'm sorry. Sorry, I'm just a man. Sorry, I'm too manly for that. I always just called that.
I wouldn't form those words.
I always just called that green, and I just looked at somebody.
Them lady rocks. What are those called?
I always say,
I would have said crystals.
Yeah. Them rocks that ladies and Native Americans like.
I always call it green with a question mark. So it's green?
Green?
But I got a buddy who's actual, like, he had to learn the lights on the.
Oh, he had to learn Braille for lights.
Yeah. Yeah. I said, it's going to be rough when you go blind. I don't know how you're going to do it.
I use Braille to tell Holland's mood.
Yep.
He's excited.
What's the sign language for that, Dave?
In Portuguese.
Oh.
I think
done.
I knew that one. Turkey's. Why has there been so much turkey talk today? I
don't know.
It's not even Thanksgiving. Any Hooser whatser?
So what's this story about?
I'm always thankful.
God, that's good. What are we talking about?
Strong man.
Yeah, you got the notes, dog.
Yeah, you got.
Some story.
Some,
I don't know. You said something
story.
racist. Or
Some
something
story
got
where
sidetracked.
you weren't going to try to say his name or something.
Yeah, I've already edited. I took his name was literally the first word.
What was it?
Well, it's not there now.
What's it rhyme with?
All right, so this man has become a household name in strongman since he took up the sport professionally in 2004. And since then, he's competed at the World's Strongest Man final an incredible 14 times and been a medalist at Britain's Strongest Man 6 times. And the most amazing part is that he didn't start competing until 38.
Diamond Dallas Page.
No.
Is it that hard to say Eddie Hall?
Mark Felix.
Mark Felix.
Wait, you couldn't pronounce his name?
No, I can pronounce his name.
He was afraid he would say it, slip up and say it.
It's up to us to guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, never mind then.
You've done this 3 times.
Once.
At least twice. This is the third time.
Yes.
It'd be twice if we didn't do this the first
You
time.
not do it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Mark
I don't
Felix
remember.
was like,
I don't do these.
he's like one of the first. He was like my childhood hero.
Mark Felix?
Oh God, yeah.
I didn't know that. Like, I knew he was one of the older guys in the sport, but I didn't know he didn't start till he was 38 years old.
He could squeeze water out of a rock.
Yeah, he started when guys.
Why'd you sound so excited about that? He could squeeze water out of a rock. Like, did you know that?
Like a full-on Moses.
Yeah.
You know?
I take back what I said
I
about
don't even need a
turquoise.
stick.
Yeah. I take back what I said about turquoise after the way he said that. He could squeeze water out of a rock. Turns out the turquoise lane was the front.
What's up with me and the rocks today?
That's why he's wearing the glasses, so you didn't see the glint in his eye when he said it.
You got to keep those shades on you.
Oh my God, there's water coming out of that rock.
There's water coming out of my rock right now.
Rocks are a little wet.
Rocks are damp, boys.
So now that he's 54 and showing no signs of slow, which I don't know why I typed it that way because I'm pretty sure he retired, didn't he?
Yeah, he's slowing down, but
Yeah.
Father Time's undefeated.
I didn't realize that till right now. I was like, I think he's retired.
Well, but I mean,
He showed no signs until he retired.
yeah, until he gave it up.
Yep. But he's achieved the greatest feat of strength in 2019, performing at Giants Live in Manchester, where he took on the Hercules hold.
Hercules hold.
Each competitor must grip handles protruding from 2 massive steel pillars. Don't think about it, Dave. Each weighing 350 kilograms or 772 pounds, and hold on for as long as possible while gravity attempts to pull the pillars away from you. Taking the stage directly after the current World's Strongest Man, Felix blew away the competition with a time of 83.62 seconds,
That's ridiculous.
smashing second place and cementing a new world record.
My man.
He's still got the water from the rock in a little jar. Huh?
On his mantle.
He's got 2. He's got Belle Delphine water next to that guy's water.
It's technically a river rock now. It's smoothed over.
It's special water from a glacier in Alaska.
It's like
blessed by a medicine man. It's always cold.
There's There's only a few strong men, and I dream about it at night.
he's got a rock next to it that looks like when you squeeze Play-Doh real hard, but it's a rock.
It's a Felix rock.
Felix rock.
Yeah.
Sometimes it feels like he's still holding it.
Look, you can feel the warmth.
I just get in the car sometimes, and when I grab my shifter, I think about it.
Oh,
Hey, man,
It's a good thing I said car.
this is a family-friendly podcast.
Well, it used to be.
drives an automatic.
Now I gotta-
you brought Felix up.
Now I got to click the new rating.
You brought Felix in here.
Felix is here? Wait, what in the world are y'all
Don't worry
laughing
about it. You'll hear it in post.
Oh, okay. So, Mark Felix, do you know his height?
It's like what, 6'2" or something.
6'4".
You know his length?
I can give you that one. Probably a little easier.
Do you know his weight?
I'm gonna say 290.
When I hug him, he feels like about 285.
He's a solid 285. No, he's between 308 and 330.
Heavy.
So, now, even though he set that record in 2019, in 2020, he actually pushed that record up to 92.37 seconds.
And how much of these do the pillars weigh again?
Well, see, now here's where I got some conflicting information. So, I'm going to trust this first one from the 2019. It was 772 pounds each one, weighing 772 pounds, and he held it for 83.62 seconds.
It also depends on how tall somebody is and how far those chains are up.
That's what I was about to ask. How do they standardize that? Because
Yeah.
it seems like the longer your reach is, the more they'd be leaned out and the
Yeah.
more leverage they'd have
So,
against you.
I'm pretty sure the chains are adjustable.
Okay.
So, you stand in the center, but the chains adjust in and out to...
I could hold him for the entirety of Freebird if you put it on, probably.
That's good.
Yeah. What's the record? 90 seconds? Oh, that, dude. Freebird whoops that.
Oh, yeah.
So
That's more than 90 seconds at least.
So he's got a lot of grip records, just FYI. One of them being the Rolling Thunder at 301 pounds in one hand.
What about the Rock record?
One where the water came out.
Yeah.
That one's uncontested right
When
now.
he smoked the rock.
Yeah, what they call that? Juice rock or rock juice?
I don't know what you call it.
Yeah. Watch your mouth. It's a family podcast. Dude.
So, he's deadlifted over 881 pounds.
With just his hands.
Got a silver dollar deadlift of 1102. Atlas stones he regularly lifts Atlas stones weighing over or up to 441 pounds or 200 kilos.
And he makes a fine peach cobbler.
Yes.
This was a great little tidbit that he's just known for superior grip strength.
Oh yeah.
That's it.
That's what Nathan does.
That's why I know he knows what he's talking about, because that's what I have here.
I mean, that's pretty much covers it all.
If it involves grip, Mark's got it.
Yeah. Just show him the rock.
Unless it's
he doesn't even compete. He just shows up. Look what I did.
Yep.
yeah.
Why is it wet?
I'll take my first place.
The only person that's unimpressed is Ode Haugen.
Yeah, it's true.
That just sounded like you cleared your throat.
Ode Haugen.
I don't know. I don't know. You think Mark Felix could take Odes?
Yeah.
Well, Ode's like 80 though.
I mean, you bring him down like the same age. Mark's got him.
What I'm saying is, you let Mark compete at 80 and see if he's doing what out.
I think that's the more logical answer.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, obviously we can't take Ode back.
They're only ganging up on you because they refuse to put you in the Hall of Fame first ballot. They can't give you this.
Yeah, I'm done with them. Done with them. Done.
So he consistently competes in World's Strongest Man, finding himself in the finals. He's never won, actually, which I really think is just because he started competing at such a late, kind of like Nick Best.
Yeah.
Nick Best, I think, also would have won several times if he had started earlier. But Nick Best didn't start till later either. So
also, I don't know how close their qualifiers are, but I can see if you're older, if you do qualifiers like the day or two before, holy cow.
Oh, yeah.
That's rough to go from qualifiers to finals like the next day.
Yeah.
And I'd say if you're older, recovery is just, ugh.
They don't recover like they used to.
Jesus.
You squeeze that rock now, it hurts a little.
Arthritis kicks
Got
up.
to rest a little bit after that now. Before you could do one on each hand. Now it's,
At that World's Strongest Firefighter, one of the dudes
whoa.
had a micro rip in his bicep when he started doing the deads.
A micro rip?
Yeah, partial tear.
I call the punk band
Was it
name
in
Micro
the
Rip.
Was it in the muscle or the tendon?
I think it's tendon. We didn't get the diagnosis on it, but.
Colin, how's your camera work? Papa got pee.
We'll just put it on them and leave it.
I was like,
Speaking of old,
what are you talking about?
that was a good shot right there.
Kevin,
I'll say this is a podcast first.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's actually walked. Oh, no. I had to walk out and see who was breaking in the house at one time, but it was just the Roomba.
Oh, yeah.
He's got a bottle right there.
Yeah, so, Mark Felix.
Hold on, I can hear Dave.
You can, yeah. These walls are thin, man.
So do we want everybody else to hear Dave?
Will these pick it up?
Should we not try to talk over it?
Nah. Paul, let me move the mic.
It's too bad he couldn't take the mic with him.
You know, and I think, though, like, starting later like that, you probably have practiced all your static lifting.
Yep.
But you probably didn't practice, like, your sandbag medleys and your all that kind of stuff until you... Yeah, I mean, because that's stuff that you don't do regularly in the gym unless you're getting ready to compete.
Oh, yeah, that's very contest prep only.
Yeah, and...
Like, I can honestly say I don't think I've ever done log press. I've done it for fun a few times, but I rarely is it an actual training implement.
Oh, yeah. I don't... It's not part of my,
I'm on to get some if they do bags again because trying to learn bags on the fly.
They're different.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why I've always thought that bags would feel similar to a stone. Not at all.
Well, when I was throwing them, I was like bringing it low, and keep my arms out.
Oh, so you're throwing? You're doing.
Oh, you're talking about. I thought you were talking about like sandbag holds and carries.
Like,
no,
yeah.
No.
You're talking about the sandbag for high. See, that's funny because coming from a Highland game,
Yeah,
It's easy.
that's a non-issue.
yeah, because so you throw a 56-pound weight for height, and it's the same. It's on a chain and a handle, and the throwing motion is exactly the same.
Only
we went to go
two
do
hands. I say what?
Yeah, first time I did a sandbag for height, it was 40 pounds, and you got to use both hands, and I was like, "What?"
You've been throwing a 56, and you still throw a 42.
Yeah,
like now.
Yeah,
so
I was like, "We get to use both hands for this?" Oh,
well, what I miss?
Don't worry about it.
It's not as exciting as you think.
Massive learning curve.
But yeah, because you want to do it like swing it like a kettlebell, probably. Yeah. No,
it's like a snatch or it's a clean.
It's very so. That's typically what I would explain it to people is think kettlebell or kettlebell swing into like a clean, but it's also not.
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it other than like you just have to do it.
There's a bottle drill that's good for that.
Yeah.
So you place a water bottle or something on the ground in between your legs as you're standing there, and when you bring the sandbag back, you want to miss it coming back, but then when you're wanting to go low coming out and knock it over on your way back out. So you're wanting to go back high and then come out low.
Yep.
It's just it's a weird curve.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's there's a guy, John Van Buren, he's a professional Highland Games athlete, has given me a pointer on, so whenever you are up high, stand up on your toes, not like tiptoes, but like just come up on your toes, and then whenever you go down, you're still on your toes, and then whenever you go to swing out for your throw, sit your heels down, and then for me, that's that cue to drop my hips to drive up. There's I don't want to say there's a lot into it because I don't want it to sound like this very complicated thing. Yeah. It's just it takes a little bit to get into the fluidity of it. You can't be rigid, and you also can't be afraid of it. Because for a long time, my thing was in Highland Games, especially, is I was afraid that it's going to come hit me. So as I'm throwing, I'm also running.
Yeah.
So you're not getting that power transferred down and straight up. So now it's more of like I'm running and throwing.
You're running. You went full Forrest Gump there for a second.
I'm running.
I'm running. I was running.
From that day forward, if I went anywhere, I was running.
Yeah, we'll just have to get some. Well, yeah, we can get some sandbags in practice.
Well, I got to see what kind of their events are. They still have open registration because they change it every year.
Yeah.
And whatever it is, I got to train the technical part of it this time around.
I'm going to go become a volunteer firefighter just so I can do it with you.
I got one guy, I think he's going. Maybe two.
You guys want to become volunteer firefighters for like a week so we can do it?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
That'd be pretty fun.
It's so fun.
What were the events last time?
We'll quit right after.
Well, the qualifiers was bag for heights, squat, yoke, and a press melody where we pressed everything from.
So the squat though, was it just a straight squat or was it a squat medley?
No, it was like on
like that weird pendulum thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I thought whenever I was watching your videos, I was like, that looks terrible.
It was flexible, so you'd have to watch how you sit it down.
Yeah.
I think one person bent it, and they would measure it for height, but they only had like 4. So if you went in between heights, you either had a disadvantage or an advantage, in my opinion.
So good.
And also,
like from where you unrack it?
No, depth. Like how far you'd squat down.
Depth. Huh. Dave, what's the Portuguese sign language for depth?
I'll knock all this stuff over getting up to show you.
And
it's not friendly for podcasts.
A lot of people would mess up
hip motion
on those is they would put wraps on so tight and stuff that's good if you're starting up high and going down. But going under with no weight on those wraps, you just couldn't get fixed to push up.
Yeah. So you're having to start at the bottom of your lift?
Yeah. Did you not? You didn't even watch his videos, man. He sent them to us personally and everything. You didn't even
remember.
Wow.
That was so weird.
I mean,
I know it is weird that he didn't watch them.
Oh,
it's like y'all are family or something. He's just
this guy's
ignoring
DM's full of nothing but squats. You expect him to go through all of them every day? He gets hundreds of them.
Solid point.
that's the only two event. That's the event that I did pretty good in for a heavyweight. I placed like, I don't know, it was maybe 10th or something in the squats.
Well, don't worry. You'll do better whenever the Iron Palace is there with you next time.
I know.
Now you just got to get us sign-up sheets or whatever we need for volunteer firefighters.
I did watch. I was like, damn, those leg wraps and stuff, people having to take them off. So I went over there, just loosened my build up, kicked my shoes off, and got up under it.
I did see that, actually, because I was like, man, just barefoot and everything.
Yeah.
Just raw dog.
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's actual raw.
There's raw and there's extra raw.
So, like, the year before, they had, like, a boat pull, you know, where you're sitting down, you're pulling the boat.
Yeah.
And then they had deadlift, and they had a press machine, kind of like the pendulum, you know, on that thing. Pendulum, whatever it is.
So the press, that'd be kind of like a Viking press?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Cool.
And I'd have done great on that one, but they had, this time was kegs. They had a dumbbell, 200-pound dumbbell.
What, for reps or like for just to shoulder? What are we talking about?
To shoulder. And no, to overhead.
For reps?
Was it a circus
Just
dumbbell?
one. Yeah, you went through and hit all these lifts for a time.
So you had to press a
Well,
keg
that sounds
overhead.
a lot like CrossFit.
Yeah.
You had to press
It was
a
very
keg,
CrossFit-y on that
drop
one.
it, pick up a dumbbell, press
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
On the heavyweight, there was like 4 people up. No, there was like 2 that did all of them. Yeah.
Neat.
Yeah.
So, was that your first actual strongman competition or just competition?
It was first competition. Yeah.
That's what I thought, because I know me and Holland have been trying to get you to compete in anything for
Yeah.
a long time, and you have not done so.
Yeah.
But
Well, and also I really wanted to go up to
The Arnold.
The Arnold. So I was like, this is a good excuse. I can take time.
well, I tried to get you to go the last time, but
You did.
Yeah.
It wasn't to compete, though.
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. You didn't put those together.
I mean,
that was the magic.
I thought it was odd, though, that I managed to get Abby to compete in something before Nathan competed. It's
true.
Anything.
But really, then we can't get Abby to do literally anything else after
Well,
that.
because it was so terrible.
Yep.
Or at least it was for me. I almost died.
Yeah, honestly, I was hoping to get Abby on here at some point just because I want her side of this story.
She used to have a video of it, but
She's
I
got
need-
it somewhere.
Oh, I need it
Stored up.
because that will be on the podcast.
my lowest moment.
Yep. So real quick, because we have forgotten so far, we got to hit ads real quick. So who's got what?
Yeah.
Because we've also got a new one.
Yeah, we got a new one. I'm excited. Are we talking about the zone smelling
We've
salts?
only got one new one.
You got any with you?
I was just making sure that
I
you
do in my
didn't
truck.
pick something up that I
Not yet.
didn't know about.
You think it's worth going to go grab some for the first ad?
Rock.
Hey, yeah, well, I
It is kind of a rock.
That's your
Yeah.
Felix Rock?
I am a longtime user of zone smelling salts. I 100% support them and back that up. And now we have an affiliate code with them.
Yep.
By God.
Yeah.
10% discount on some of the best smelling salts around. Wow.
I can hear his heart beating from here.
I mean, I'm getting excited. I'm getting pumped up.
He's ready to smell.
You can hear his pulse, but it's not coming from his chest.
I keep it.
The
Hey,
squirrels are running right now.
I keep some in my truck.
His dolphins are
in my
jumping,
gym
boys.
bag.
Keep that stuff on you.
I got that on me.
Is it like the Frank's sauce or whatever?
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, we just posted the picture for it announcing our discount code. I literally used them before I hit a world record. Just saying.
Yeah.
So it's causation, or
I mean,
at least correlation.
Between the most anabolic podcast in the world and zone smelling salts, you're gonna hit it.
You're gonna hit it.
Yeah.
literally a match made in heaven.
Yeah. I mean,
I know you have been using that for a good while.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
And and now, we're affiliated with them officially, which is awesome. So if you go to Zone Smelling Salts and put in the discount code TIPP, the Iron Palace Podcast TIPP, you'll get a 10% discount.
Before Zone, Holland had to prospect his own smelling salts.
Yeah.
It's called the Saps. You probably have it too.
Smell the sap.
Sniff the sack.
We just bite our finger and it bleeds a little and get in there.
It's like that commercial. You gonna finish your Doritos? The bag's empty. What do you mean? Dude grabs his hand, goes, cheese, and licks his fingers.
There's other ways.
Then we also have
Not falling for that again.
We have one more ad, Dave.
No, NutriFit.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. They make some pretty solid pre-workout. If you want your face to tingle, you want to move a lot of weight around, and you want to be real aggressive. No, I'm just kidding. Don't make you aggressive unless you want to make you aggressive. They got aggressive flavors. You can get an aggressive flavor. Get you an aggressive flavor if you want an aggressive flavor. But you're going to have the best workout you've ever had, especially if you pair it with zone smelling salts. Go to NutriFit, use code CalebCDay on that one to get your discount there and support the Iron Palace podcast.
And they also have a plethora of other products. So if you're not one of these people that like pre-workout, which is already weird, but if you don't like pre-workout, they've got creatine, they've got protein, BCAAs, they've got green vitamins, multivitamins, whatever you need.
Way to future-proof it, but all of our current listeners are on pre-workout for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Except for Mom.
Yeah.
She doesn't? She doesn't take it?
No, she just does drugs.
Yeah.
No creatine?
Just kidding, Mom.
Yeah. The pre-workout, her body rejects it after the speed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mom's just on creatine and Tren.
It's on that chicken and rice diet.
Yeah, chicken and rice.
Got those night sweats. What are they? Trend sweats?
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, and one thing I will say that I like that both of the companies that we're doing ads for are companies that I used before we had a discount code for them.
oh, yeah.
You know, like it worked out great
That's why I reached out wanting to work with NutriFit, because I've been using their stuff. I loved it.
Yeah.
So I love working with companies that I love to use their stuff.
I will say, like, even though like they're not bland by any means, but most pre-workouts that aren't bland make me like feel like crap. Like I got heartburn. I feel like I make too much candy. NutriFit does not do that at all. I can take a full scoop of that crap, get all the great side effects, none of the bad ones.
Yeah, I know what drew me in was how cool their little thing.
packaging.
They make a great tub.
Dude, the packaging is so sick, and I was like, because normally I'm kind of picky with pre-workout especially, and I don't really pick like the generic looking ones, but like that one I was like, let me try that bad boy.
Like I tried that book because of the cover.
Didn't even read the back of it. Just the front cover was all I needed.
I seen Fabio with his shirt unbuttoned, and I was like, I'm in.
I was like, all these people's out here, moms looking for their romantic novels. They see this guy on the cover of it. Don't even need to read the back of it.
Yeah, that's right.
You gotta make you some side money.
He'll read the back to you.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Even got a scratch and sniff section. In the back of it's just a picture of Mark Felix squeezing a rock.
Yeah. That's what
You really don't have to sniff. You just walk in the room.
I think they call that one.
Smell the sap.
That was the Love Inferno series.
It's the fire and ice, but not the one you're thinking of.
No ice.
No ice. Fire.
Only fire.
It's more of a direct injection kind of treatment. There's not really ice for that kind of wound.
All right, so
Fuego.
La Flama Blanca.
but yeah.
I've got a question for Nathan. We talked about this on the last podcast. If you were restricted to only doing one exercise, one lift, like bench, squat, deadlift, power clean, farmer's carry, if that was the only one that you could do from now on, what would you choose to do?
Probably have to be farmer carries.
That's what our boy over here picked.
Don't fist bump him and even put you in Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, put that fist back down.
It's already down.
Reverse it.
Oh.
Reverse it. Put his thing down, flip it, reverse it.
I don't know if you guys watch a lot of the new stuff that's coming out, or you're a bunch of science-based lifters. I really went down. And
now I know you don't listen to the podcast.
Yeah. But studies showing that muscle growth is in like when the muscle's in a stretch position and tension on it.
Yeah.
So when you're doing farmer's carries, if they're pretty heavy, most of your upper body is in a stretch position, and then you got.
I think that's putting it lightly.
Yeah.
I just wish you'd quit saying stretch position.
Yeah, stretched position.
God, you do one book cover, and now you're all adult content over here talking about squeezing rocks and stretch.
Everything's getting spread over there. Yeah.
Whoa.
Hey.
Where's my mute button?
But yeah, that's the exercise I would pick. Yeah.
Stretching?
I mean, technically, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just hard to beat those.
I agree. That's what I said.
I think it's a good all around lift.
Yeah.
Mine, I think I would pick. I don't know.
Can't have two.
Can't have two. I teeter between these two. It's either deadlift or, well, and basically it's the same motion. I mean, it's stone lifting, taking a stone to shoulder.
I would say I'd say stone lifting is a strong second for me
because you know you're all the time bending down and picking things up.
It's just hard to find the stones that are different weight increments that you need.
You just get a 500-pound one and just do it continuously.
But then you'd have to have something to weigh it with, a chisel.
Weigh it with your heart.
Yeah.
Keep them away from Mark Felix, though. Otherwise,
Yeah.
They're
500 pounds is going to look like a raisin.
It'll get
Squeeze
dry.
all the water out of it.
That's only going to weigh like 250.
If that.
You're like, dang, I didn't know that rock was mostly water weight. Like bodybuilders.
Hey, you know something we haven't done so far yet is we haven't reminded people to follow
Oh yeah,
the podcast.
Yeah.
If you're listening and you haven't, go ahead and give us a follow.
Everywhere.
we're still showing like 93% unsubscribe rate right now. So that would be real cool. If you're already watching, you might as well already subscribe.
Yeah.
Click that subscribe button. Is that what they said?
Or is this really cute guy said in a video drop an Atlas stone on it? So
Yeah, that guy was adorable.
that's what I'm saying, dude.
If you don't like it, though, be sure to tell Caleb what he's doing wrong in the comments, but still follow.
Yeah.
Yeah, like on our video about if Pikachu is a mouse, someone commented mouse Pokemon Pikachu, and I still don't know if I'm correct or not.
I don't know.
I swear I'm correct on this, but somehow
I feel like you're right. I always assumed he was a mouse too.
Thank you.
Like I feel like I heard that.
That's a big mouse.
Well, that's why it's a mouse type Pokemon.
How big?
That
How big is
world has flying dragons. The size of
Thank
the mouse
you.
is not an issue.
Yeah, that's what we're worried about.
Point.
I got a buddy of mine who wants
that
to argue.
mouse seems unusually large.
I got a buddy who wants to argue the finer points of Star Wars all the time. Like, dude, it's space wizards. At the end of the day, is the movie good or not?
Yeah, that's what. If I find myself caught in a heavy debate of any kind of lore, I'm like, why am I here? You know.
Yeah.
It's kind of like me and Nathan used to be at the gym all the time and somehow find our way real deep into Mandalorian talk.
Yeah.
I think
Never really a debate, though.
I think if you're having to
really.
think like that
Like-
about the lore, it's not good. Because like there's worlds you think of like you know Jake's example, Lord of the Rings. Like you can name off a bunch of Lord of the Rings stuff, but you're not going to argue Lord of the Rings lore. A lot of people that are arguing lore are usually because it's not laid out very well.
Yeah, I see your point.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's no movies that I love that I've really argued the lore with anybody. It's like, oh, that's bad because this wouldn't work because of in this movie, or like it doesn't come up in a well written movie.
Now, hold on, though, because if we're going to argue like points like that, then I feel like you've got to argue the same point of that the Eagles should have just carried them over there.
You got a point there.
But that's to me a poorly like not thought through written.
I think
section.
a lot of
I'm saying
people don't argue.
It's a bad thing.
I think a lot of people don't argue Lord of the Rings is they've never read that one because it's quite a read.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's we talked about it with Jake too. Is I don't know of anybody out there if you've read Lord of the Rings, but like the first Lord of the Rings or the Fellowship of the Ring book, you get lost in the sauce for the first couple chapters whenever you realize that this dude is walking to Bree for about 5 chapters.
Well, it'll discuss everything in detail.
Yeah,
Like, it'll talk about the grass.
yeah, and that's
yeah.
I don't mean to complain about the book to make it sound like it's a bad book. He paints such a good picture that it's so detailed that you're kind of like,
You speak Elven for like 3 days afterwards.
yeah.
Ordering food's hard. Yeah.
You just ordered your food in Elven. They're like, what do you want?
You just point to it. Very graciously though.
My ears are pointing at the end of it. But all right. Anybody got anything else?
Oh, we haven't plugged the Strength Expo yet.
Yeah.
Strength Expo. Yeah, we did.
Did we?
We talked about it whenever
Kinda.
well, yeah, it's true. Kind of. We didn't fully
We
plug
just
it.
mentioned that someone was doing something at it. We didn't mention it.
Oh, yeah, we mentioned Alex.
Fair
calling
point.
out
Fair
Gigi.
point.
So I think you're both right. I hate it when you guys fight.
Sorry.
Speaking arguments.
Yeah, when mom and dad fight, it makes everything uncomfortable.
Well, August 17th, Somerset, Kentucky. The Kentucky Open push-pull with the USAWA. Find us there. There'll also be a live podcast in the in-between.
And then a record breaker.
There's going to be a full record breaker where not only are we going to break the two-man deadlift record, but it will be the heaviest lift in the USAWA and IWA, period.
Nice.
So,
What number is we talking about here?
well, the record, we're going to, what do we say it was? I think it's like 11:49 or something.
49, 11:59, right around there.
So we're just going to do a cool 12:50-ish.
Yeah.
And then we may go up from there. Just depends on what we're feeling. How the 12:50 moves, Do we want to leave room for another record another day?
Right. I mean, because they added the what is it? The Bulgarian deadlift.
The Bulgarian deadlift. Also, the Saxon bar deadlift is now there. So we're going to be setting those records also.
So there's a couple deadlift records that we're probably shooting for.
Which also just found out per Clint that the Saxon bar deadlift, like overall world record ever, is 300.
What?
So like that's not even USAWA record. That's
that big square bar, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying that like it's light. I'm just saying that's not as crazy of a number as I had thought.
Yeah, I would have guessed it would have been at least in the 4s.
Yeah, because usually like whenever I'm seeing these weird grip world records, they're like closing in on my like actual raw deadlift total.
That's what I was about to say. So, most times these grip weights are like still more than I can lift regularly.
Yeah. So this was the first one where I see 300 on it. I'm like, okay, so this is really just a grip check, not so much a overall. Because like even like
you don't have to be a gorilla to lift this. You just have to have a really good grip.
Yeah. So that's like the Sea of a Tone lift, which we built up a lot of hype to break that record, but turns out I really can't because to do thumbless, I can't put my hands on the bar without my thumbs touching my hand because I did not read the rules clear enough, apparently. So whenever I'm trying to do it, I can't.
Even if you do it.
Which is a different lift. The Sea of a Tone lift is wrapped around without touching.
So
thumbless is thumb on top of the bar.
You're just making a cradle?
Well, that's just.
Pretty much. Yeah, it's weird. But either way.
Oh, that was the double overhand?
Yeah. So, but yeah, because even that one, like at 551, that's, I mean, my total deadlift PR is 600.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, we're coming into into the point where not only do I need to do this with a good grip, but I've also encroaching on my actual deadlift PR, which makes things more difficult. But at a 300-pound Saxon bar, it's difficult, but at least now I know I just got to hold it.
Yeah, if you can hold it, you can get it.
And you got a good, chance there. You got those long mitts. That's a lot of coverage.
I don't know why I just thought of Mr. Krabs there.
I was too. That's why I was
drinking mates.
But yeah,
was it Larry the Lobster? Observe.
Oh, I want to be Larry the Lobster.
He's got the look.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's going to be multiple records broken that day too.
Alex is going to break the
Van Dam lift record, which is nuts.
You're talking about a stretch.
Yeah.
Quite literally, yeah.
Yeah.
You gonna go for that?
No.
I feel like you could really put up some weight before you got, the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll never fail the lift because they're just so tight at the bottom that you can't go lower.
Like I can do this all day.
I'm actually stuck here, so just keep putting weight over here.
Hand me more weight.
I'll do this until I fall over, I guess.
800 pound.
What?
But so yeah, Kentucky Open, August 17th, Somerset, Kentucky. Be there, be square, and we're gonna have some cool merch. You can have some. All you need is love. Just married Jessica and David Corbin, October 12th, 2019, just released.
Limited issue.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're in limited supply.
Is that blue or gray?
For you, it's gray, my guy.
It's
not turquoise. Don't worry about it.
You know what? I remember that you're colorblind because I remember you showing up going, I had my lifting belt next to yours, and you go, which one's mine? I said, the blue one, Nathan.
Oh, yeah.
And you go, they're both black. I'm like, that's blue.
It was black.
So any who's or what's their limited supply, get them while they last. Kentucky Open is going to be, I think, the only release of these.
Yeah.
So,
The wife chose a Beatles reference on the koozie because she loves me.
well, I would hope so. And it even says all you need is love.
Yeah. She don't like the Beatles.
Oh, she doesn't?
No.
Oh, wow.
What's your take on the Beatles,
They say
Nathan?
opposites attract.
Yeah, we don't really like.
We talking about the
same music
insect?
much at all.
We can be.
Oh, the Beatles. My grandmother hated the Beatles. She hated them.
But what do you think about the
Okay.
Beatles?
What do I think about it?
I think my grandmother hated them.
I think they had a
She thought
lot
they were a
to
bunch
do.
of hooligans.
They had a lot to do with the impact on culture at the point. Do I listen to them every day? No, but
That was
more of a neutral ground. It's like, yeah,
a good answer.
Very,
A real impactful to
very
a young
diplomatic.
to a young demographic.
I'm not gonna get
Bunch of dirty hippies.
my rear end kicked out here.
Gonna get attacked by a bunch of MK Ultra suspects.
Dun, dun, dun.
I would sign
I
up for
am
MK
just
Ultra.
impressed.
Yeah,
that-
look at you learning.
Yep.
We've been reading. He's been listening.
Turns out, old dog learned new tricks.
If you could sign up for a government program, though, that's the one I'd sign up to be a crash test dummy for.
As far as they go, I'd take it for a test ride.
So you're going to send that guy to space. That guy's got to wrestle a chimp, and one of them you're going to give a bunch of hallucinogens to. But is that one available?
Dude, I cracked up the other day because someone, like, you're talking about the guy fighting a chimp, randomly reminded me of it. As I was at work and someone said, "Hey, I just heard there's an orangutan in towns and they'll let you fight."
How much?
And my first thought was, content, we're in. We are so in. And then he goes, "Oh, no, you did. You used to, but he died." I was like, wait, who died?
Did he die fighting, or is it
I don't
He died
know.
doing what he loved, beating the crap out of some kid.
somebody start pulling
Beat the
knives?
crap out of some drunk redneck.
Yeah, that's what I thought about asking, but I kind of left it alone because he seemed a little bit hurt about it. I was like, is this like a Harambe situation, or was this?
Orangutan worked for Natty Lights and Virginia Slims.
Rest in peace.
His name was Chuck.
Oh Lord! But
You
all
wore
right,
chaps, leather chaps. I'm surprised they found some to fit an orangutan. Cause
they didn't used to be chaps.
yeah. They didn't start off assless.
They just ended that way.
He identified as a baboon.
I think that's a good place to end it. So we're gonna do a special outro today of Holland has the quote today.
I do. Okay.
So it's on
Quote
you.
yourself.
To quote the great Colin Mills,
Scared money don't make no money.
Self quote.
Self-quote.
strength does not come from physical capacity. It comes from an indomitable spirit. Gandhi said that.
Like the snowman?
Well, God.